President Trump under siege today by Democrats after House Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler sent the White House letters requesting documents from dozens of people. We're counting 81 people in the president's circle. Now, the Democrats alleging obstruction of justice, corruption, and abuse of power. Here's Representative Jerry Nadler on ABC News yesterday.
We will be issuing document requests to over 60 different people and individuals from the White House to the Department of Justice, Donald Trump Jr., Allen Weisselberg, to begin the investigations, to present the case to American people about obstruction of justice, corruption, and abuse of power.
Corruption of justice, obstruction is a heavy charge. President Nixon faced it, so did Bill Clinton. Let's bring in for her reaction the Heritage Foundation's Kelsey Bolar. Jerry Nadler saying they don't have all the evidence yet, but it's sounding as if they made up their mind already. What does this mean for 2020?
It means Democrats are going to have a hard time convincing anyone who's remotely moderate in this country that they actually care about policies and are capable of creating any form of legislation. All of these investigations are clearly just an attempt to distract from the conversation of how well President Trump is doing, given a growing economy, given relative peace abroad. And it's also meant to distract from the policies that Democrats are now promoting, which are very radical, including the Green New Deal, open borders, and infanticide.
Okay.
I think
President Trump is now being charged with the same thing that Nixon and Clinton was charged with. And both of those avenues were well-traveled roads. I mean, those two presidents got in trouble. This president is being accused of obstruction of justice with the firing of James Comey and more. This is going to be a tough road here, Kelsey, no?
It's an accusation without any evidence. And look, we have the Mueller report that is supposed to be coming out very soon, and Democrats would be wise to actually wait for the results of that before sending 81 plus letters to all these different individuals and entities on some sort of fishing expedition.
Well, let's get to this. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy was on that same program arguing that Jerry Nadler and the Democrats were looking to impeach the president from day one. Watch.
I think Congressman Nadler decided to impeach the president the day the president won the election.
He says he's not there yet.
Yeah, well, listen to exactly what he said. He talks about impeachment before he even became chairman, and then he says you've got to persuade people to get there. There's nothing that the president did wrong.
Your reaction, Kelsey?
This is where Democrats, quite frankly, look immature and like they're throwing a temper tantrum that they lost the 2016 election. Elections have consequences. Of course, Republicans are learning that now that they don't have the majority in the House anymore. But Democrats really need to prove that they're capable of doing something more than these fishing expeditions against President Trump, with their ultimate goal being impeachment, again, with no actual grounds or evidence to warrant that.
What policies are going to get done now in the interim? What do you think?
Well, if it were up to Democrats, it would be the Green New Deal. But I think President Trump needs to focus on immigration, building the wall. That is a winning issue for him, and it's something that the majority of Americans, moderate and conservative, want to see.
Kelsey, great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Liz.